This is Will Moss from Lifecurse, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I am bringing you guys awesome interviews. Today it is an honor and privilege to have the vocalist, Mr. Will Moss of Lifecurse. He's on the show with us. We're going to be talking about their new upcoming album, The Wolf You Feed, which is going to be out mid-2018 possibly, but we'll get into that and find out exactly when all this is going to be coming out for all you guys out there. So, Will, how's it going?
Doing well. Just finished a pretty tough training session. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Really, really hot in Memphis. Really humid today, so sweating and gross. But, yeah, glad to be doing this.
I think that would have made me have a heart attack.
Yeah. Not a lot of people can cut it. It's tough.
So let's jump right into this. The Wolf You Feed out mid-2018. Is this album finished or finishing it up? Let's talk about that a little bit.
So the album itself is actually finished. We've completed tracking for it. Jamie King is he recorded the album for us, and he's doing the mixing and mastering. So we're letting him kind of do his thing. You know, he just put out the new Contortionist record. He just did the new Between the Buried and Me record. So he's a busy guy. You know, he's working with a lot of big name bands and stuff. So it's cool. He finds time to, you know, work with us and stuff. So we just kind of work with his schedule. You know, we're not like Parkway Drive or The Ghost Inside or Tool or, you know, where people are just like, you know, salivating and just foaming at the mouth, just waiting for our next release. But, you know, we're getting there. So, yeah, a lot of people are asking about us, asking about this release. So, yeah, it'll be out as soon as we can get it out. We got the next singles coming out probably a little later this month, maybe mid next month, right before our July tour. And then, you know, we'll just be releasing content from the album for the rest of the year. And if a label doesn't pick us up, then, you know, we'll drop the whole album on you guys. And if they do, then, you know, they'll drop the whole thing. So, yeah, it's just we're just kind of playing it by ear right now. But the thing is done. We're just waiting on Jamie to do his thing, and then just figuring out a marketing strategy and just figuring out how we're going to promote it. And just release it the best way so it gets the best reception and the best audience.
How was working with Jamie on this album? Did he push you guys, or did he just let you do it your own way, then step in? How was working with him on this?
From the moment you get there, you know, he opens the door and he's just got this huge smile on his face, and he just has this really big personality. So, I mean, you feel like you've known the guy for, you know, 20, 30 years when you meet him the first time. But no, I mean, we got in there, we got loaded in, and he was just like, man, I just want you guys to play the songs and just play them how you feel that they should be heard, and then, you know, we'll start cracking down on them and just kind of break them down and just figure out what makes certain parts work and how we can make certain parts work better. So he's very methodical in the way that he approaches it, but he's also very natural in the fact that he doesn't force us to go any certain route. He just lets us kind of just develop the songs like as naturally as they come out. So yeah, it's just not a lot of pressure. It was just a lot of fun, man. It's really one of the best recording experiences I've ever had. Very low stress. So yeah, I mean, if you ever have the chance, I mean, he's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He doesn't like screen any bands like before he records them. So I mean, even if you're just like trying to cut just a single song, like just go record a song with him, and you'll just be blown away, and you'll want to do a whole album. Like he's that good, and you'll just be that satisfied with the product.
What's impressed you the most about making The Wolf You Feed? What's caught your eye about, if anything, man, possibly?
Probably, honestly, my bandmates, man. My bandmates like really, really like stepped up and really pushed the envelope with with their songwriting, with their delivery, just everything. It's all the songs just sound way more mature. They sound way more developed, way more thought out. So yeah, man, I really just got to give all the credit to them, because I mean they did all the hard work. You know, I just had to come in and just scream angry words over, you know, these badass songs that they wrote. So, and then, you know, obviously help out Roddy with some choruses here and there. But yeah, man, it's like I said, they made it easy. They made my job easy. So, you know, hats off to them for sure.
Are there any songs off this album that stand out more to you than any on it as of right now? I mean, I know these are like picking your favorite collectible, and I know these changed from day to day, but is there any that stick out for you possibly?
The one that we're about to release right now, Smoke and Mirrors, is like it's extremely relevant in my life right now. Just about like the dog and pony show people will try and show you just to get your attention or just to whatever, everybody's got an angle that they're working most of the time. So that's a pretty relevant song for me right now. But I guess the song that I'm most looking forward to releasing is the song called The Boy Who Cried Wolf, which will be the next song. Man, it's just something else, man. It took us to a whole different level. When I heard this song, it was almost like the first time I heard the Beatles. This is gonna be like our End of Heartache, like for Kill Switch Engage. Like I feel like this is gonna be the song that people are gonna be like holy crap, like this band wrote this song, and it's just I've never heard them before, but man, that really just reached out and just touched me and just made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to releasing that song. So be on the lookout for that after Smoke and Mirrors. So, but obviously, go back, check out Buzzard Bait. That was the first song we released. I think that's a good culmination of just all the songs that we've written up to this point. But every song on the album is great in its own way. But yeah, definitely The Boy Who Cried Wolf. It has all the elements that make our band us, but also that makes a good song, unique and listenable and able for people to just kind of play that song again, over and over and over. So, yeah.
How much growth musically have you seen yourself and this band go through since the release of this, or going to be release of this, or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you?
Our last album came out in 2013, and it was about June, July of 2013. So, we played out, we toured. 2014, we went on tour with Norma Jean, early on, and so around this time in 2014, we started writing for this album. So we've been writing for this for about 3 to 4 years. Once we got in the studio and started tracking. So the growth is there, personally and on a band level, because all of us have gone through so much as far as just relationships and just personal loss, losing family members that we love, and a lot can happen in 4 years. So when I hear these songs, and it kind of just I don't know, it's almost like a time capsule, man. I can kind of look back and remember all these times from the past 4 years that have influenced these songs, and even if the person that I wrote them about at the time, a certain lyric or whatever, isn't in my life anymore. It's still extremely relevant. So yeah, it's the growth is in the music, and it's all right there. And I guess that's what's awesome about recording is you capture these moments in time, and then you get to go back and listen to them, and they bring back these feelings. Kind of like a way a certain smell will trigger a memory, or what I'm saying. It's it's really cool the effect that music has on the human brain. So. Even for the people that are writing it and creating it, not just for the listeners. So I think that's one of the hardest things that people don't really understand is we write these songs that need to be listened to, but we also write it for ourselves. That way that we can go back and we can kind of reflect on who we were and where we were at this point in our lives, and kind of track that progress. It's almost like a measuring stick.
Do you do anything differently during the writing and recording process, Will, to help keep your mind fresh and open to not let the music get stale, or do a repeat of anything possibly? Do you do anything differently?
Absolutely. Make sure that I don't listen to any metal, any hard rock, or just anything that is in our general genre of music, because I don't want to be influenced by other people and just other ideas that are just hot at the time or being pushed commercially at the time. So I listen to a lot of instrumental music. I listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B. I go out and meditate and obviously do a lot of jiu-jitsu, and I just try and center myself and just try and find the voice in the songs, and really just let them kind of speak to me, and just kind of let me just kind of be a vessel for what the music is trying to say. So I guess that's really the biggest the biggest thing is just I've become more comfortable with that as far as the writing process, and just being completely just not really sticking to a certain formula, just kind of letting the songs just kind of happen however they happen. And, that's just the way it is. Sometimes that's just the way life is. You just kind of got to let the cards fall as they may, and that's what it is.
What can fans expect at a show from Lifecurse that's not going to see you guys live yet as of yet? What can they get from you all?
Oh man, you can get. We're high energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you come out from the first note to the last note. We're going to be moving. We're going to be making sure the crowd's moving. You're going to get everything that you hear on our CD, but just delivered, just way better. You're going to get a lot of fun. Like that's our whole thing, man. We're all about fun. We're all about living. We're all about being alive, because it's a luxury that's not really granted to a lot of people. And I guess that's one of our biggest things. It's like when we go out, like when we play on that stage, we leave it all on that stage, because we might not get to play another show. We could get into a car wreck, on the way there. We could get into a fight. We could break up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, So like every show, we play every show like it's our last. Absolutely. So yeah. I mean, you should, when you come out and see us live, like you should expect that, because that's what you're going to get.
Do you like the digital era of recording albums and plus social media that we're in right now to get stuff out quicker and to plus reach more fans? Do you like this that we're in right now, or just kind of have to accept it and move forward?
Yeah, that's kind of a loaded question. I like it because, man, it makes things so much easier. Man, it's so much easier for us to bounce ideas back and forth, whereas like normally we'd have to go to a studio and plan all this stuff out in advance. So I love that part of it. I love the social media aspect of it, as far as like getting to connect with the fans, getting feedback. I hate the business side of it. I don't like the fact that Facebook has incorporated all these algorithms and just all this stuff to like really like limit reach, just to pretty much just make sure that they can just get as much money as they can. Facebook is going to squeeze blood from a stone. Like they're dying. Like they're hemorrhaging money right now. People are, slowly but surely starting to get off that format, because it's just a lot of like, it's negativity, and then it's just like, then it's just ads. And then it's just all like algorithms. So it's like if you type a couple of words, you're going to see a couple of statuses pop up with some of those same like keywords. So yeah, people are starting to realize that, and they're starting to smarten up. So I kind of like that, because it makes people kind of think a little more, and they have to research a little bit more. But it's also it's rough, because now anybody can be a musician, anybody can put out an album, anybody can go record a song. So now you're fighting with those people that only want to get famous and like do all this crazy like rock star shit, and like live on a bus and live in a mansion and play all these festivals, but they don't want to do the hard work, the grind of playing local shows and playing to fucking like nobody, playing to like other bands and their girlfriends. Like they don't want to live through that. So that's I guess, like I said, I like it for my own personal reasons, but it seems like all the extraneous reasons that are out there, it seems like it's not really it's not sustainable. There's no way that the industry is going to survive like this. But it's gonna adapt. It's gonna evolve. Just like we went from like vinyl records to cassettes to CDs to MP3s to waves to now a lot of people are bringing back vinyl. So there's gonna be there's always gonna be music. It's gonna be out there. It's gonna be accessible. So I guess like the hardest part is just really sticking out from the crowd and just making something that's really gonna last, and that really like people kind of gravitate towards. And you can see that with the bands, and as bands like stick around and don't really switch a lot of members, and just change shit up a lot. You can see the bands that are in it for the long haul, and the bands that are in it to make a quick buck. So, in your own opinion, man, what does Lifecurse bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now? Honestly, I just think we just bring an element of realism. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're just regular ass dudes. Like we work 9-to-5 jobs. We struggle to pay our bills. But we still do everything that we can to make things work, to go out and play music, and to really just have like a positive impact on the world. And like I really like that's the main message that we try and push to people. It's like, you don't even have to play music. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a litany of other things, and like influence the world in a positive way. Like music is just one of the many ways. And I guess that's I guess that's like the one thing that I really want people to understand about us is like, you know, it's like there's nothing that we're doing that you can't do yourself. And we just really want to empower people and just really just, you know, make sure, you know, you're only alive, you know, like once. You know, this is your life. This is your time to create something. Don't slave away at a job that's just going to replace you, you know, after you die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go and chase your dreams. Like, go and, like, do something with your life and live. You know, even if you have to struggle, like, the struggle is what, like, creates you. That's what defines your character. That's what makes you you. It's like, it's not the good times that make you, you know, a better person. It's all the times that, you know, life is just, like, knocks you down. And you just get back up and just go, you know, get right back to it, man. Put your nose to the grindstone and just hustle. That's really like the biggest message that we have as a band. It's just you are capable of so much more than you could ever understand. So we're here to help you realize that.
Support wise, is there a country or a location that stands out more, or even surprises you guys? You get support from that area?
Not really, man. Like, any support we get is surprising in itself. Like, it's all, anytime like somebody comes up to me and says that they really enjoy what we're doing, anytime I get an email or message on Facebook, or even just one of my friends just calling me and just saying like, hey man, like I've been going through some tough times here lately, and been listening to you guys. It's really kind of just helped me pull through. It's like, that's the stuff that like really like surprises me and just like makes me just appreciate like what I'm able to do and, you know, what we're able to create. Man, it's magical, man. There's nothing like it. You know, you're able to take nothing, this thought and this idea, and you know, put it out on paper, and then like go and record it, and, you know, put it out in the world, and then somebody somewhere like on the other side of the planet is going to hear that, and they're going to be like, man, I'm going through the same stuff. That really like reached out and just like really like touched me. Like, man, like that's some powerful stuff, man. Like, you can't underestimate the power of music.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you, Will, that said, yeah, that's what I want to do right there?
Oh man, I've answered this question so many times here in the past couple of weeks. I guess like for me personally, it would be just watching like old Metallica tapes and just watching those guys just absolutely just crush it in front of like thousands and thousands of people, and just like see all these crazy videos of just them like traveling all over the world and just like meeting all these amazing people that gravitate towards their music and that can connect with them without ever having to meet them. Like, that's the one thing that I was just like, man, like that's what I want to do. Is like, I want to make people feel that, where they just, man, it's just like, whatever, even if it's just for one night, you know, just escape from your life and just go to this show and just like let this kind of just like, you know, take over your body, man. That's what it was for me, man. And like hearing all those early Metallica recordings and all that, just like watching their like journey from just like a local band to like literally one of the biggest bands on the planet. I mean, that's like, you know, that's the true rock star dream. You know, that's the stuff dreams are made of. And those dudes, like, they're still just, you know, they say what you want about their music, but I mean, they're still like 100%, like they keep it real with their fans. They're always pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? They've never settled for, you know, second best. They've always tried to go out and just do, you know, the best stuff possible. That's how they played on freaking Antarctica. You know, how many bands have played a concert in Antarctica? That's insane. Like, you know, so that's the stuff that's inspiring. That makes you want to be a musician. Like, I want to play a concert in space. I want to go play a concert in Mars. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? If Metallica's playing on all 7 continents, I want to go play, you know, underwater somewhere or on the moon. Like, you know, you just like that's the stuff that drives. How do I say this? That's really good motivation and really good drive. Competition.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm saying, people don't like competition in the music industry, but like that's the type of competition people need. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because like when you got somebody that's doing like, you know, it's like, and then all of a sudden Iron Maiden, they go out and buy their own jet, and then Bruce is like flying them to their own shows in their own jet. Like, how baller is that? Like, how can you not be inspired by that? And just like, dude, like those dudes did that, just like playing guitars and drums and just singing words. Like, that's insane to think about, but it happened, man. So like, yeah, man, that's the inspiration right there. Is just to do big and just like make a huge impact on the world, so you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, I've said it during many interviews about Metallica. If it hadn't been for Metallica, this old boy wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Absolutely.
with my dad's illness and being through that for about a year or two, I mean, like I've said before, many interviews, Master of Puppets and Justice for All, those two albums really just spoke for me. They let me get my anger out by listening to those two albums, you know. So I owe Metallica a tremendous amount of thank yous because they really saved me. That's for sure.
Absolutely, man. And I'm the exact same way, man. Like, I still remember, like, the first time that I sat down and listened to Master of Puppets all the way through, and when I listened to the Black Album for the first time, and, you know, Ride the Lightning, and just, like, all that, man, all their records, like, they all, even as much as I hate to say it, like, I really like Load and Reload. Like, I think if any other band other than Metallica had put those albums out, they would have been great albums. They would have been well received, but because it was Metallica, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just expected, like, so much more. But yeah. I've always enjoyed, you know, all their music, everything that they've done for metal music and the culture, and just bringing people together. And you know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, they've always, what was it? There was like a local band or a cover band, a Metallica cover band that, like, got like a cease and desist letter, and then Metallica, like, ended up, like, canceling the letter and, like, sending them like a huge email apologizing, and then made a phone call to them and stuff like that, and told them to keep playing music. Like, that's the reason that they started playing music, and they started out playing covers. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, even their legal side, like, even after all the Napster stuff, you know, for their legal team to go after a local band, and for Metallica to step up for that local band against their legal team. I mean, that's badass, man. You can't talk any crap on those guys, man. They're great. They're great dudes.
There you go. I've made this statement many times. You see, and I don't mean to say this, but it's the God's honest truth. You see PR, and plus you see some people behind the scenes who think they are just as big as that band, and they're not. They're nowhere close to being it.
Absolutely not. It takes a lot more than the people on stage to make a band, but without those dudes on stage, all those other people don't have jobs.
Exactly.
So it's definitely like a one hand washes the other type thing. But everybody needs to know their place for sure.
There you go, man. There you go. And they were fans too growing up. I mean, how the hell do you think they got their start? You know?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, they started out playing cover songs. I mean, the Garage Days, you know, it's just like all cover songs. So. Yeah. You know, it's like, how can they sit there and say another band can't go out and, like, cover other people's songs when they sat there and made money off other people's songs? You know, that's just really weird to me. And like I said, it was big props to them for stepping up and really, like, you know, sticking up for that band. That was badass. So that's why they'll always be one of my favorite. And the way that they let people on stage to, like, sing their songs and stuff, man, they're get out of here if you're going to try and talk crap about Metallica. Yeah. You wouldn't even have a metal band without Metallica. So.
Yeah, and there you go. Exactly. Will, how can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, buy this new album when it comes out, tour dates, tickets, things like that? How can they do that?
Man, just pretty much anywhere on the internet. If you go to Google and you just type in Lifecurse, you'll find us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Our merch store is lifecurse.bigcartel.com. You can get our music on iTunes and Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon, all that stuff, all the streaming sites. You can also buy it directly from us at Bandcamp, lifecurse.bandcamp.com. You can go get all our old releases and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, our music's out there. It's accessible. If you want to pay for it, it's cheap. We live in a streaming cycle right now, so everybody's, like, streaming everything now. But I mean, if you want to support a band, really the best thing you can do is go out and see them live. You know, pay the entrance fee. Don't ask to get on the guest list. Buy their merch. Buy a CD. Go to the bar. Buy a fucking drink. Tip the bartender. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, just like what we're talking about with Metallica and their crew and what makes their shows work. Just like a venue. You know what I'm saying? It's like it takes the bands and the staff and the sound guy and the bartender and the door person and the venue owner, and you know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of wheels in motion to make all this stuff work. And I mean, unfortunately, the shitty side of it is, like, a lot of it doesn't work without money. You know, that's one thing. I guess that's what we've been trying to do is, like, we don't want to cheapen the art, but you know, we try and make things, like, cost effective. You know, we keep our costs down. I print all of our merch myself with my screen printing company. So, you know, all of our merch is like handmade by the band, with the exception of like the actual t-shirts. We haven't started actually weaving the t-shirts yet, but maybe one day. But yeah, man, just like I said, man, you just got to support bands, like not just us, but other bands. You know, go online, go stream them, go buy their album. I mean, it's like a $5 record, or, you know, like, I mean, you can't even get a $5 value meal at McDonald's anymore for that. Not that I would ever eat that crap. But, you know what I'm saying? They've jacked their prices up.
Yeah.
So yeah, just support people, man. Support artists the way you would like Beyonce or Post Malone or who else? The Flaming Lips, or I don't know who's big in music right now. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to support the stuff that you like. Otherwise, you know, it's not going to be there anymore. So
exactly.
You know, you're already selling pieces of your life to go out and, you know, see these people perform, so to make you escape from, you know, reality or wherever you go to shows. Everybody goes for different reasons. Some for social reasons, some for networking reasons, some just go to like scout other band members, some go to actually like learn and study other people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes to shows for different reasons, but like I said, man, you just gotta support people, like support the hustle, support the grind, embrace it, like. Because there's a lot of people out here that are doing amazing stuff. Obviously, just like you, just like us. You know, there's probably 1,000 other bands that are just like us that have this same exact story and same exact dreams. So it's you know, when we get these opportunities, I don't want to just speak just for us, but I want to speak for them too, because you know, that stuff's important, man. It's like not everybody has a voice, and everybody's struggling to make a dollar these days. You know, the economy's shit, no matter how much people want to believe it's not. So yeah, man, you just really gotta buckle down and just and that's one thing that we do at our shows. It's like, even if you don't have the money to get into the show and you want to come, like, we will find a way for you to get in the show, whether it's one of us paying out of our pocket to buy you a ticket or putting you on the guest list or whatever. Like, we will never stop somebody from coming to a show. So that's our biggest thing. It's like, we want people to come out, come see us live. We're going to be on tour in July, all through like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, California, Utah, Idaho, Oregon, anywhere west of the Mississippi River, we're going to be. So if you want to come out, hang out with us. We're going to be out there. We're going to be having drinks. We're going to be, you know, shooting the shit, checking out some other bands, hopefully bringing some of these bands through North Carolina, where we're from. So yeah, man, it's just like I said earlier, it's, you know, one hand washes the other. So we're all in this together. We all love music. So let's all support each other and lift each other up and get out of this whole like music is a commodity thing, and bring it back to like music is like this real thing that can change lives and, you know, make dreams come true. And, you know, so like music is magic. Like, it's powerful. Like, I really hate that it's become like just like this here today, gone today, kind of just like with our throwaway culture. Like, oh, this song was popular today, but I don't really like it anymore because it doesn't really make me feel that feeling anymore. So yeah, I don't really want to listen to it anymore. Like, there's still songs like what we're talking about with Metallica. Like, could go back and listen to all their albums, and even 30 years later, I'm still just blown away. You know, I'm just like, man, it's like the first time I've listened to it again. So yeah, if you want music like that, man, you got to support music like that. You got to find the people that are real and people that are doing it for legit reasons, and they want to put out good music, and support those people and support those venues, and, you know, everybody will have a good time.
Before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Absolutely. All right. This is Will Moss from Lifecurse, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Thanks, Will.
Thank you.